What's going on, everybody? My name is Ben, and welcome back to the bench for another episode of Ben Builds with Joe. We are back with our 1/48 scale Hobby Boss F8F, so let's go ahead, jump back in, and let's have some fun. So last time, I overcoated the entire aircraft with a black primer, then I came in with a marbling coat, and then I came in with some Tamiya Sea Blue. Now, it's not horrible, but it's very dark, and also, I just don't like the shift in color. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I want to attempt something a little bit different, and I want to use a different brand of Sea Blue paint. Now, for that, I went online and I was looking around a little bit and I found this MRP Sea Blue. Now, this is actually their acrylic line. This isn't their lacquer-based line. So, it is what it is. But I'm more comfortable working with acrylics anyway, and this was cheaper too. So I thought, let's just give it a shot and try it out. I've had luck with another color that I used that was also from their acrylic line, and it worked out great. So this one should go pretty decently as well. Plus, this color is actually far more like a sea blue than what I got out of the Tamiya bottle. It's just too dark. I also picked up a couple other things. For example, I picked up this Sea Blue panel liner, and Joe kind of got me hooked on the panel liners, so I don't know if it's going to work well. It is very similar to the actual color, but you never know, it might actually be fun to try. And then I picked up some gray panel liner that's actually meant for black, but I thought it might work well here since dark sea blue is pretty dark. But we're going to go ahead and jump in, guys. We're going to have some fun here. I'm going to try out some new things. The first thing I want to go ahead and do is attempt something I saw online, and that is to add in additional marbling coats and try to add some subtle depth and shading to the overall very monotone sea blue color. We're going to start off with some Tamiya whole red. We're going to follow that up with some Tamiya NATO black, and then we're going to follow that up with some Vallejo Russian blue gray. That's going to hopefully help to give us a good base coat, and then we're going to come in with our MRP Sea Blue. We're going to really thin it out, and we're going to do nice sweeping colors over the entire model. I'm hoping to kind of add some contrast, some subtle shifting, some depth of paint. I don't know if it's going to work, but I want to try it out. So let's go ahead and jump into our first time lapse. Hit those marbling coats of whole red, NATO black, and Russian blue gray. Go ahead and grab our MRP paint. Let's thin it out, apply some coats. Let's just see how it turns out, guys. Let's have some fun. Let's get this started. right, everybody, we are back, and that went beautifully, much better than I thought it was going to. We applied all our marbling coats. We went ahead and came in with our MRP, thinned it out, applied some very light misting coats over the entire aircraft, and well, I'm happy with it. I don't know how much you can really see here on camera, but just looking at it right here under the light, there is a interesting kind of subtle depth to the color. It doesn't look so flat and monotone as it did with the Tamiya paint. Definitely a step in the right direction. But now we're going to go ahead and shift over to the rest of the aircraft, and I want to go ahead and start working with the wheelbase. Again, there's a lot of different kind of conflicting information about colors of wheelbase, whether or not they're sea blue or whether they're interior green. I don't really know, to be honest, but I've read a couple of articles that say that the aircraft would have been shipped out to the fleet with interior green and the wheelbase, and they would have been later overpainted when the aircraft came up for repaint. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've read. So we're going to go with that. Go ahead and jump into our second time lapse. Lots to do, guys. We have to mask the wheelbase. We have to hit him with white Staunerez. We have to go ahead and mask off the prop to get those tips painted white and then painted yellow. We got the interior green to go ahead and put into the bays. We have the hubs for the wheels. And finally, I want to finish it off with some gloss coat. So on to that second time lapse, guys. See what we can do. right, everybody, we are back, and I gotta say, I'm really liking how this Bearcat is turning out. I think adding in all those different subtle shades of different marbling coats and then overcoating it with a very thin MRP Sea Blue really made this look a lot better than just right out of the bottle to me. Now, of course, we also worked on the propeller. We got that all nicely detailed, and we got it glossed. We did a little bit of gloss work there on the drop tanks, as well as the landing gears, the wheels, the landing gear bay covers, all that good stuff. So we are in a good position for next episode to go ahead and decal and then maybe do some final weathering. Of course, assemble all the little parts and pieces like the landing gears and all that, and then overcoat it with maybe a semi-gloss coat. I don't know, I might have to extend it into 2 episodes, but we're going to see how much we can get done, because I'm also pushing forward on my Sea Fury, hoping to wrap that up on the next episode as well. So lots to do, guys, but I got to say, this is such a fun build. I'm really happy that I'm actually being able to share it with you and also building along with Joe. Make sure to go check out Joe's channel. He's got some really cool kits coming up, and he just did a huge stash update, and I gotta say, Cold War jets, I like it. And just kind of a real quick word on the acrylic MRP Sea Blue. Yeah, it worked well. I think it worked better than the Tamiya paint, and I think it looks a little bit closer to what I envisioned Sea Blue looking like. So I'm happy with it. But until our next episode, everybody, you know the drill. Go out there, get yourself some bench time, have some fun, build something cool, and we'll see you back here on episode number 8 for Ben Builds with Joe and our 1/48 scale Hobby Boss F8F-1 Bearcat. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.